What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and I'm going to talk about narcissists and just how exhausting and annoying it is to listen to all their stupid delusions that they always go on about, Narcissists are very arrogant. They're very grandiose. They have a higher sense of themselves. They think they deserve more than they have. They try to rewrite history to make it like they were right about things they were wrong about, and just having to listen to it is so annoying, because you'll be around them and then they'll be telling you about how some argument they had with somebody, how they were actually right when they were really wrong about it, or, they did something and it was not something they should have did, but they're going to try to go on and justify and say how it was the right thing to do and all this kind of stuff, and you're just going to have to, you're listening to it, and it's just annoying to listen to because you're like, man, sorry, I got a little sneeze here. I'm going to try to shake it off, but, you're listening to this stuff, and it's just like, if you disagree with them, you're going to have a big fight and a big argument. You don't want to agree with them because they're lying and they're twisting up the truth, So you end up just kind of saying, oh, yeah, sure, maybe, I don't know what's happening with all that. So you end up kind of doing all that deflective type behavior to not have to cause a fight to break out because of this. And then you just have to listen to all their grandiose things about how they deserve more, they deserve this, they should have got the promotion at work, they should have been put up, they should have been honored, they should be the center of attention all the time, It's just it's just so annoying, and they're always having to go on about how they're so good at this and so good at that, and, they have to talk about how they're so much better than other people, and everybody else sucks, but they're so great, They're going to talk about how they're smarter than everybody. They're going to talk about how they're, better looking than everybody. They're going to talk about how they're, whatever, whatever it is with them. If they're an intellectual narcissist, they're going to talk about how they're smarter than everyone. And you'd be surprised, they're deluded on all levels. If they're like, they'll act like they're really good looking, even if they're not, like stuff like that, and they're almost like, it's almost like they don't fully believe in this stuff, and they're hoping you'll kind of go along with it to affirm it, to just affirm the stupid crap they believe, and it's what they're looking for when they're just always going on about these grandiose delusions and this grandiose BS. Is they're looking for you to affirm it and put a stamp of approval on it and to, agree with it. And, it's not true, so there's nothing, to be agreed with on there. It's total BS, it's a bunch of bunk that they're going on about, but just having to listen to it, it burns you out. It's so exhausting. It's just like, you're just constantly, man, I should have they promoted him, it should have been me, I'm so much smarter, I'm so much better, I deserved it, not them, or, just going on and on about how they could do this, and how they know so much about this, and, just this stuff, it's just like they smell their own fart, they go, such a good smell, they eat their own poop, and they're like, oh, it tastes so good, and it's literally what it is. It's like they consume their own feces and are like, oh, wow, this tastes so good, and yeah, they go on about how everything they do is automatically somehow amazing, if they like cooking meals, if they like cooking food, every meal they cooked is so good, if you got a narcissistic mom or something like that, all of a sudden, I cook better food than all these other women. My sister, she can't cook at all, or just some guy talking about, I did it right, I do it the right way, when I built this deck and they messed it up, but I do such a good job of things. And a lot of times the things they do are not very good at all. They're very slapdash, they're very disjointed. The things they do are actually a lot of times of low quality. And it's funny because I've told them, I'm like, no, this food's not very good, and I say, no, you did a crappy job with that. What are you doing? And you just see them deflate. They either get mad at you and snap at you when you start fighting, which sucks, or they just like kind of go away sad, like, really, you didn't like it, you know? But most of the time they'll get vindictive and get stupid and stuff, and it just depends if they're targeting you or not. If they're not targeting you, like I've had one narcissist where he wasn't targeting me. This loser was, you know, targeting his, I don't know, ex-girlfriend, whatever, some woman he was in a situationship with, and he was trying to get me to join the internet with him, and I was just shutting him down, you know, and it's like, doesn't she mess up so much? And I'm like, I don't think so. She's pretty nice, you know, she's cool. Oh, yeah, I know, but like, right, isn't it so? And he's like, elbow, I'm like, nah, bro, and it is funny, you know, when they try to do that sort of stuff, but most narcissists are in fact pretty incompetent, you know. Narcissism does kind of like all that arrogance in their mind does limit their ability to think straight and to like think clearly and to figure things out, and especially like kind of long-term planning and like, you know, kind of stepping back and thinking about something. Like a narcissist could maybe build a specific skill and get good at that skill. That's definitely possible, but in terms of like being able to actually think for themselves and figure things out and having a whole plan and having a whole, like, no, never. They never got anything figured out at all. It's always a bunch of janky, silly stuff. Their whole life is janky. Their relationships are janky. You know, the things they do are janky. The work they do is bad, you know. And they're desperately trying to make it look like it's something good, you know. That's what narcissists do. They want to take a turd and spray paint it gold, and they want to jabber onto you in a deluded way. It's gold, right? Look at it. It looks so nice. Look at the golden turd. It's so nice. It doesn't smell bad at all. And I'm here like, I don't know, you know? Yeah. But it's just, it's so exhausting because you know this is not the truth. You know this is not aligned with truth. You know there's no truth to this. You know this is just a bunch of silly BS that they're saying to try to boost their ego and to try to give them this big ego boost so they can feel all good about themselves, you know. And it's just so exhausting to have to listen to it constantly, you know. And it's their delusions about everything. It's their delusions about how the world should be. It's their delusions about politics. It's their delusions about their friends. Their delusions about their families. And I think the biggest one is the delusions about what they think they deserve, you know. Going on about how I should have been this. They should have given me that, you know. They should have, you know, it's just like, or, you know, if they're more covert, they're going, I shouldn't have been in this position. I shouldn't have, you know, or they, you know, covert, actually, they're more like going on about how they're such a big victim and it's so bad. They did this to, you know, hurt me. They did this. Everybody's out to get me. You know, it's just like, calm down, you know, calm down. Yeah, and, you know, they're just going to go on about how they're a big victim and how it's, you know, everyone is just so against me, and it's just like, oh my God, you know, I just don't want to hear about it, you know, it's just so annoying. And the thing is, if these things were grounded in truth, if everyone was out to get them, and they actually had good evidence of it, like I've had stuff like that where I have had actual narcissists out to get me, and they've turned people against me, and I can point very clearly to what happened and tell a clear story of it. Whereas with them, it's always some weird vagueness, or it's always some weird, like, they start talking about this, then they're talking about that, and they're always just kind of like twisting things up all over the place, you know, and you're like, all right, how are we here, you know? But they have to keep these delusions going in their mind. If they can't keep these delusions going, it's just like they fall apart completely. And like a lot of times narcissists will make bad decisions and will get tricked or deceived or, you know, something like that, or they'll have something not go well for them. But because they're grandiose, they can't accept it, so they're going to act like, oh no, this was good, you know, when it wasn't, in fact, when they got taken for a ride or they made a bad decision about something, and they need to then reinforce their bad decision and act like their bad decision was some big good decision when it wasn't, you know, and they're gonna try to like sell you one, like, no, it's actually good. And I've heard so many narcs do this, where like, no, it was actually very worth the money. I'm very, very, very glad I did that. And it's like, no, you're not. You're the opposite. You're feeling regret, but you can't accept that. You can't accept that you're fallible and made a mistake. So then they're just like going on, and this whole thing. It was actually very good. You know, it was a good. I got a good deal on it. It was you know, I'm glad we did it. And it's like, no, you're not. You're not glad at all. You know, but you gotta just listen to this stuff, just day in, day out, going on, and it's just so annoying. It's so diluted, and it's just exhausting listening to this incessant jibber jabber of just their delusions and their BS and their stupidity, you know. And it's just, yeah, you know, I can't do it, and I won't do it. Yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. God bless, and I'll keep hitting you with some good videos. So I'll see you next time.